Arvind Kejriwal has moved the Supreme Court to transfer the CBI liquor policy case from Justice Swarana Kanta Sharma, and he has in fact made certain points and observations saying that the justice had made observations against witnesses and approvers in the liquor policy while discharging ex-CM Arvind Kejriwal and others that appear prima facie erroneous. He has also gone on to raise some questions as far as his petition is concerned. Let's go across to our reporter Bhavtosh, who's joining us live at the moment. Bhavtosh, this is very significant because what Arvind Kejriwal is doing is that he is raising certain questions as far as the High Court judge is concerned. What is his contention?
Well, Madhav, this development is coming hours before the hearing will take place. The important hearing will take place in the Delhi High Court, and he basically has said that he and Manish Sisodia doesn't have faith in Justice Swarana Kanta Sharma, and the application has been moved under Article 32 of India's Constitution, asking that the Supreme Court should make sure that the matter should be heard by another bench, or at least not by Justice Swarana Kanta Sharma. Now, development has taken place primarily on the grounds that when Justice Swarana Kanta Sharma was hearing the bail application of Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia when they were arrested earlier, that was in 2024 and 2023, she made certain observations which they claimed were not required. Importantly, they have also said that Justice Swarana Kanta Sharma last week had passed certain orders that were ex parte. Remember, in the order that was given by Justice Swarana Kanta Sharma, she in fact has mentioned that despite CBI submitting the appeal, none of the accused lawyers were present in the courtroom. And also in the appeal, they have mentioned one very important thing. They have also said that they don't have faith in Justice Swarana Kanta Sharma. Now, that appeal in the Supreme Court would be heard on Tuesday, but the hearing will be taking place in the Delhi High Court on Monday.
Thanks so much, Bhavtosh, for joining us with that quick update. Let's quickly open this up and take it across to our guest, Pradeep Bhandari. This is an interesting development taking place because Arvind Kejriwal is now moving the Supreme Court, raising questions about the High Court judge and thereby challenging the fairness of the procedure. I think we've lost that line with Pradeep. Let me take that question across to Tushar Gupta. Tushar Gupta, your response to this development. Arvind Kejriwal moving the Supreme Court even before the High Court has given a final decision on this matter.
No, Madhav, why is he going to the Supreme Court? I think Arvind Kejriwal should just issue a gazetted notification signed under the sovereign Arvind Kejriwal and declare himself free. Declare himself free of all the courts, all the investigations, unaccountable to anyone in this country. When was the last time you heard any political leader writing to the Supreme Court that they want a High Court judge changed? Only a week ago, we had all the Aam Aadmi Party leaders, all their supporters, all their spokespersons saying, look, there was nothing wrong in the whole liquor scam. No investigation needed. We are free. We are honest. If you are indeed honest, let the law take its course. The CBI has filed an appeal against the discharge, not the acquittal, in the High Court. The judge will take a look, and if you are so sure that no evidence exists, no proof exists, no money trail exists, why are you losing your sleep a day before the hearing? And this is again, Madhav, Arvind Kejriwal is infamous for dodging the summons of the ED. It's again twisting the law for his own convenience. That is what Arvind Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party is infamous for.
Let me bring in Niladri wants to put his hand up. Niladri, I want you to wear a lawyer's hat and answer that question because the timing of this petition being moved is quite curious because it comes on the eve of the hearing in the High Court, and clearly this is Arvind Kejriwal who has a history of ducking summons, says Tushar Gupta, once again doing the same thing. Your response, Niladri?
Let me break it down in very common language. The petition which Arvind Kejriwal has made for transfer of the case to a different judge relates to an allegation of bias. Now, the law is very clear on this. The allegation of bias need not be proved. There should be only an allegation. I should have a presumption that I would not get proper justice before that forum, and that gives me sufficient right to approach the competent authority for transfer of the case. Here, based on the comments which has been made by the judges on the basis of the discharge application, I think Arvind Kejriwal is well within his constitutional rights to go and for a transfer because, see, understand, is a High Court judge. The only forum where he will be able to get a transfer is either to the Chief Justice of the High Court or to the Supreme Court, which
But Niladri, if every case, every person who's an accused starts doing this, it's a recipe for chaos because then even before a matter is finally decided, unless there's some exceptional, wrong that has been done, you can't have the apex court or the appellate court interfering at every stage of every case.
Mother, we may not like it, but the law, this is as it is. We may not like this thing. I understand it may lead to chaos and all, but that's the law as it is. An apprehension of bias gives the right to a person to approach the competent authority for a change of the court.
Okay,
It is
Pradeep
his
Bhandari is
constitutional
back with us. An apprehension of unfairness gives a right to every citizen to make such an appeal, as Arvind Kejriwal has done in the Supreme Court, raising questions about what Niladri is saying is the perceived bias of a certain judge. Your response, Pradeep Bhandari.
Well, Madhav, if I extend that argument forward, then you would have individuals disagreeing with what the lower court had opined while, giving not an order on Mr. Kejriwal's bail plea when he was discharged. And you know the comments which was made by the lower court. So if politicians start, casting aspersions on the wisdom of the judge, this is nothing exactly what Indira Gandhi used to do at the time of emergency. When Mr. Kejriwal, this is not a mere Article 32 petition. This is Mr. Kejriwal, A, trying to color the judicial wisdom of the judge, B, trying to intimidate, and C, trying to decide that he will decide the bench. It's not the accused or it's not the appellant who will decide the bench. It is the right of the judicial officer and the administrative part of the judiciary to decide which bench will hear any matter.
Okay.
It is not that of the accused. This is completely illogical, but larger it is mischievous because Mr. Kejriwal at the first hand is trying to get a defense mechanism. Maybe he knows that his case in the High Court is weak. This is why he's attempting to color the judge. This is exactly what Indira Gandhi did at the time of emergency, that if she does not like a judge, she would use to remove the judge. Recall how this most senior most judge was removed and was not allowed to become the Chief Justice of India.
It's an attempt at bench hunting once again. And if accused start going down this road of bench hunting, Subansi Raman, it can make things very complicated, legally speaking. Your response to Pradeep?
No, I think that, look, this is a legal right that he has got and he has chosen to exercise it. So, I mean, it is for the Supreme Court to decide whether it is a justified request or an unjustified request. So, he has got an opportunity to do it and he is doing it. I don't think that we should be judging the merits or demerits of it. We should wait for the Honorable Court, the Supreme Court, to decide on that. Why are we jumping the gun here? And why are we giving certificates? It is for the court to decide.
Of course, it's for the court to decide.
They want to say.
Of course, it's for the court to decide. But this is a rather unusual, petition. Many would agree, given the fact that it has happened just on the eve of the hearing, as far as the High Court is concerned. But Tushar, if it's for the Supreme Court's wisdom, and ultimately it is the court that's going to decide, as Sumant is saying, then why are we jumping the gun? Is his question. Your response?
But Arvind Kejriwal, the convention has always been a judge says something in my favor, I am the honest person. I'm a free person. I was labeled unfairly by the BJP. A judge may speak against me. I need a change of bench. I need a change of judge. That is not how the law works. If he genuinely believes in the thoroughness of his case, in the evidence that does not exist, which his party was claiming only a week ago, why is he worried about the bench? This is the part I do not understand. Either he needs to be certain about his case or he needs to be certain that the judge will go against him. At this point, Kejriwal is unsure about both. And this is my problem. The lower court will say something in your favor, the judge is great. The High Court may say something against you, the judge is bad. Then eventually every single case in India, Madhav, will be decided in the Supreme Court and we'll continue to have a legal deadlock which will of the common people. If the politicians are going to act like this, what stops the common people from also saying that the judge is unfair and things like that?
Let me put that question to Mr. Balan. Mr. Balan, you also wear a legal hat, but the question that many will ask is this: can one have this kind of an approach to the court, saying that if the judgment comes in my favor, then the institution is unbiased. If the judgment comes against me, then the institution itself is biased.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that. It is the... Yes, sir, it is not like that. It is the constitutional right, legal right. There are precedents. There are specific provisions of law to seek for transfer of the cases from one court to another court. And there are cases which was transferred from West Bengal to Bombay. This is a regular process. And Kejriwal is absolutely right. There is no politics behind that. And he might have learned something. See, this is not bench hunting. It is a constitutional right. You can't claim it as a bench hunting. There must be reasoning for that. If we go through with the petition filed before the Supreme Court, we can understand this. And we know how the court works. And is absolutely legally, constitutionally, precedently 100% right.
No, precedently right. But what are the grounds in your view?
That I may not get justice.
What are the grounds? What are the grounds in your view in this case that make it valid right?
No, I have not gone through with the petition.
That's the problem.
There may be tenable ground, otherwise it may lead to contempt of court.
That's exactly the point that we are making.
Severe. No, if the Supreme Court feels there is no tenable ground, the court will decide.
Okay.
But approaching the Supreme
So,
Court...
Pradeep Bhandari, if there's no tenable ground, the court will throw out the matter. And yes, it is a fact that, the Aam Aadmi Party has been saying this for some time, that there are certain history of this particular judge, which they are questioning, and they appear to have done that as well. In terms of unfavorable judgments that the Aam Aadmi Party has received, that appears to be their line of argument for the court. Pradeep.
With that argument, the nation should not accept the opinion and the verdict of the trial court judge, which was celebrated by Mr. Kejriwal and his lobby as some gospel truth. With that argument, then Mr. Kejriwal or the others who disagreed with the judgment should reject the wisdom of the judge. But larger point, Madhav, is Mr. Kejriwal is trying to indicate that the judiciary does justice based on the choice of the bench. This is Mr. Kejriwal exactly thinking what Indira Gandhi used to think. Well, justice will happen. It is not related to the choice of the bench.
Okay.
Mr. Kejriwal is trying to say that if the judge agrees to me, he's an honest judge. If the judge does not agree to me, he's not an honest judge. This reminds me of Mr. Kejriwal taking up files and naming everybody corrupt except him and aligning with everybody corrupt for political benefits. This is mischievous. This is exactly how urban Naxals behave.
All right. We'll have to leave it there. Pradeep Bhandari, Tushar Gupta, Dr. Subansi Raman, Niladri Bhattacharya, Jagdishwar and N.S. Palan. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us this evening.